Hey guys, so I did a short video kind of about this same topic once before, but in case you didn't see that one, I just wanted to deliver the same message again. So when it came to pregnancy and all the soon afters of bringing a baby home, I was pretty clueless. But I did think that since breastfeeding was natural, that it would just happen naturally. I thought maybe the only complication might be that I would not have enough supply. That was the only complication I was prepared for. But that's not what happened. First, my little baby had jaundice, so we had to stay at the hospital for that. And they also suggest we supplement with formula at the hospital to try and get her bilirubin levels up. And to get more of the yucky stuff out of her, we needed to put more food in her, which meant not only breast milk, but the formula. So then we go home, and she's not latching well. First she couldn't latch very well at the hospital, so they sent in one of the nurses that was a lactation specialist in, and they just told me that just to go home, but they recommended that I did meet with a lactation consultant. So then we had a lactation consultant come to the house who was so nice. And they just said that it might just be a size issue, that as she grows, that she may be able to latch better, but it did look like she potentially had a tongue tie, which is something that I had never heard about. So we took her back to our pediatrician, who happens to be an expert in tongue ties. He travels the country teaching people about tongue ties, what they are, the ramifications of not getting them fixed, and then how to fix them. So thankfully, that just happened to be our pediatrician. God works in some not so mysterious ways sometimes. But so our adorable baby girl had her tongue tie fixed. They also fixed a lip tie, and we were hoping that that would fix some of the problem, but she still wasn't latching well enough. We would do weighted feedings with the lactation consultant, which means they would weigh her, I would feed her, and then they would weigh her again to see how much milk she consumed, and it was hardly anything. So they suggest that I start pumping. So then with pumping, I would put her on the breast, feed her a little bit, then give her a bottle to make sure that she got enough food, and then put her back on the breast to just basically get her used to being there. And then once that was over, I would have to pump, and then by that time that whole process was done, I would have maybe 30 minutes before I had to start again, and I was exhausted. And if you've watched some of my other videos, you know I do not do well when I'm tired, and I know all new moms are tired, but man, that was just so exhausting. So yeah, goodness, I didn't expect to cry. Sorry guys. But I just remember feeling like I was failing her, that there was something wrong with me, and that's why goodness. But yeah, so I remember reaching out to a friend, and she told me I needed to try harder, and if I just didn't offer my baby girl a bottle, that she would get hungry enough and she would latch, and everything would be roses from then on out. Because I knew, in my head, I knew that it just wasn't physically capable, that my anatomy and her anatomy could not match up, and it wasn't happening. But in my heart, to have someone tell me to try harder, I'm a new mom, I'm exhausted, worrying if every decision I make is the right decision. Am I doing enough? Am I doing it right? And then to have someone say, try harder, heartbreaking. I remember sitting on the floor, holding my baby to my chest and sobbing, feeling like I'm failing her because I'm not trying hard enough. Now being on the other side of that, I know I'm not sure if the person didn't listen to my full question, or maybe they just would have said it regardless. But thankfully, I reached out to my mom, I reached out to my lactation consultant, and my lactation consultant said, you know what, a happy, healthy, rested mom is way more important for your baby. What if you just try exclusively pumping for a while? Give both of you a break, because this is exhausting for both of you. And since this time, I have had 2 pediatricians and 2 lactation consultants just tell me that it just wasn't going to work. And then by the time she was big enough to latch, she had been on the bottle for so long that that's just what she was used to. And guys, I'm totally fine with that. So she now is 9.5 months old. I have been exclusively pumping for probably 9 months. And I'm great with that. You know what? She's being fed, and she's being fed breast milk, which was important to me. So yeah, I just want to encourage you moms, if you are breastfeeding but have had some issues with it, kudos to you for sticking it out. If you aren't a mom that exclusively pumps, that's what I know the best, so major kudos to you, because exclusively pumping is not easy. It is so much work. It's totally not convenient. I know when I've been in public places, the laws that protect breastfeeding moms don't protect me as a pumping mom. And to find a place to pump in a public place is pretty difficult. I can't tell you how many public bathroom floors in airports that I have sat on pumping because I just couldn't find anywhere. I have pumped in the middle seat on an airplane. Yeah, I pump in my car a lot. I just kind of find a place in a parking lot because you gotta do what you gotta do. But my goal is a year, so we have 3-ish months left. But it's been a journey, but it's not anything I would change. But I just want to encourage you, if you are a mom that has had breastfeeding issues, or if you are exclusively pumping, or if there's some kind of medical reason or just emotional mental health reasons that you haven't been able to breastfeed and you've been giving your baby formula, it's okay. If your baby's fed, if they're safe, and if they're loved and you're being engaged with them, you're doing enough. You're doing a good job. That's all they need, to be fed and to be loved and to be safe. So yeah, guys, I just hope that this is encouraging. And if it is, then I feel like I've done my job, even if it just helps one person, right? I feel like that's so cliche and we all say it, but that's genuinely why I do this channel. But if you can, go follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm Kayla Be Glad everywhere. And if any of my videos are helpful, please share them with friends. And thanks again for following me on this journey. Bye, guys.